I'm Loury Lag. 10 years facing the wildest nature has to offer. Alaska, Siberia, African deserts. Places where the cold can kill you in 20 minutes. Where thirst drives you crazy, where predators see you as fast food. I've learned to survive where no one else dares to go. My mission? Explore the most dangerous places on the planet, the places we avoid, the ones we forget, and tell the stories of those who survived there. Today, we're heading to Honduras, one of the most dangerous countries in the world. And we're diving into its most hostile zone, La Mosquitia, 350,000 hectares of green hell in eastern Honduras. A place you wouldn't venture, not even to satisfy your wildest craving for thrills. The vegetation shreds your skin. Deadly snakes, jaguars, pumas, crocodiles, a whole bunch of predators who'd love you for breakfast.
Aïe! Ah putain! C'est une énorme araignée, sa mère.
And I'm not even talking about this fly.
Ah là 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 là!
2 millimeters of terror that can give you leprosy with a single bite.
Ah! Ah putain!
One last detail. It's also the playground of drug traffickers carving out secret routes to move Colombian powder. Do you make a lot of money with that?
You really ask too many questions.
Anyway, a real paradise on Earth. A totally untouched jungle where predators still terrorize people.
A kid was swimming, and they killed him.
Why am I here? To reach South Cay, an old pirate hideout 300 kilometers off the coast of Honduras.
This used to be the Pirates Island.
And now, lobster fishermen live there.
It's one of the places where I feel least safe in the water, especially with this kind of gear.
Risking their lives, they dive 12 hours a day, 30 meters deep to harvest red gold. Extreme conditions. Some never make it back to the surface. That's the story I want to tell. For this new adventure, I'll be joined by Charles, the director, Max, his assistant, and Paolo, our awesome guide. Trust me, Mosquitia is waiting for us. 28 days in the green hell of Honduras. Catacamas, the last town before we head out. Here, you still have electricity, a bed, a phone with signal. In a few hours, all that's gone. Just Mosquitia and its 350,000 hectares of hostile jungle. From now on, it's survival, resourcefulness, and struggle. Let's go, 28 days in the green hell.
We're about to take the only public transport in the region that'll take us deep into the jungle. Only this truck comes by once or twice a week. We arrived barely 36 hours ago, and we're already loading gear for the people who live in the jungle. We'll try to tell you this story as best we can. Here we go for 9 hours.
Yep, it's 9 hours on the road ahead. Sitting on planks that look ready to bolt at any second.
Time to grab a taxi.
My traveler instincts tell me trouble will start way before the jungle.
Max, you good? I'm good.
We almost fell right in front of the ravine.
What happened? Did you see the door gave out? On a turn, we almost went over. You okay, Max? Yeah, I'm fine. You almost fell, right? Yeah, I almost ate dirt.
Our destination, Pimienta, a tiny village lost in the heart of Mosquitia, the world's most hostile jungle. Our last stop before the green hell. There are 2 ways to get there. First, you go around the jungle, 4 days hiking if you're lucky. Second, go straight through. 9 hours of rough roads, 6 hours by canoe. For us, the choice is easy. We're going for it.
We're in for a rough ride.
Putain, c'est sport de fou.
So, how's the road? Road's perfect. Smooth as can be, our butts aren't bouncing at all. He's driving super fast for such a beat-up road, with some huge ruts, big ones from water runoff. And he just plows through the ruts, pedal to the metal, in the 4x4.
And now I realize the state of this road is the least of my worries.
A man got shot here. That's how it goes here. So we just came across a truck. There was a score to settle.
There are about 10 bullet holes in the windshield, the glass shattered, the camera left on the side. The fixer tells me that's how it is here. The Narco route. Not exactly a Google Maps recommendation. A 300 kilometers illegal highway hacked out by hand. A 300 kilometers illegal highway cut with chainsaws and bulldozers right through the biosphere. Built by the cartels for the cartels, and you'd better follow their rules.
As soon as we're on the road, the traffickers know, so they know we're traveling right
They
now.
know we are passing this road.
Okay.
And that's not a problem for us?
Right now, no?
Not for now, we'll see, we don't know. We'll be safe once we leave the road.
We are safe until we leave this area.
Okay. So
We don't know, so fingers crossed.
Still,
He's totally nuts.
Crazy man. Il est complètement cramé.
Let's cross our fingers we make it through and don't get killed.
Ah mais génial.
This fixer is something else. Officially, this road doesn't exist. Unofficially, it's the main artery of Central American drug trafficking. Thanks to the complicity of former President Juan Orlando Hernandez, convicted for drug trafficking, secret labs are popping up like mushrooms under the canopy. Since 2017, Honduras has gone from a transit country to a producer country. Here and there, kerosene deals, an essential ingredient for making cocaine.
Ah bah là tu sens que on est sur la route quoi.
We've left the village side of the road behind,
Le côté villageois du début de la route quoi. Wouah.
but the road's still just as wrecked.
After the traffickers, I thought I'd seen it all. But this road still has plenty of surprises for us.
Seriously, how does he even get through this?
Comment il passe?
Wow, what an entrance, dude. I don't think you really saw what just happened.
And the worst part is, we're just getting started. We're barely off the road, but we're far from safe. All this jungle is trafficker territory, their playground. We're just changing scenery. 6 hours by canoe await us in their world. Our final goal? South Cape. Starting point for lobster fishermen. Goal, 30 meters deep, and I'm not letting them go alone. But we're still hundreds of kilometers away. Until then, the hell continues. On the menu, 6 hours by canoe, and it's gonna be intense.
Ah ouais, il tourne à droite.
He's pretty bold, though.
And yeah, it's impressive. Those jagged rocks sticking out of the water, but the worst are the ones you can't see, the ones ready to flip our boat if we mess up.
The sad thing is, people have died here recently. We saw videos when the fixer came to scout. Videos of people who died, carrying the bodies.
It's weird. The more beautiful the scenery, the deadlier it is. Like nature is testing you.
We're about to get a little rain shower.
That's the jungle for you. A climate hell, over 40 degrees, crushing humidity. And 2 minutes later, it's pouring rain.
Cover up, protect the gear.
We spend our time scrambling to protect the gear because one drop of water in the wrong place and it's all toast.
Faut aussi faire ton boulot bordel.
That feels good.
And then suddenly, the rain stops. We rush to get the drone out before the sky opens up again. Every shot is a real race against the clock.
El drone.
Low battery.
Ah merde.
Aircraft will return to
You need to let it stabilize.
Ah putain, il me fait tourner en rond.
battery level.
Viens là, viens, viens, viens.
Come here.
Allez, tout droit.
Aircraft will return.
Oh putain. T'es chaud.
We're joking, but the drone is what gives the dock its great shots. The vastness, the jungle from above, if we lose it now, that's it, because otherwise we only tell part of the story, and that's not an option.
We've arrived in Pimienta. That was pretty long, let's be honest.
Pimienta, the last village before we enter the green hell. Several days, totally on our own, survival mode, before facing the Caribbean Sea. And that's not a sure thing either.
Hello. Today, Pimienta is celebrating an important day. It's September 15th, and there's a parade to honor Honduras, independence. It's kind of the village's pride moment. You see your kids dancing, doing what they've practiced all year, so all the parents seem pretty proud right now.
Tous les parents ont l'air d'être assez fiers de ce moment.
Like a lot of Latin American countries, Honduras was a former Spanish colony. So of course, it's a day to celebrate.
You're surrounded, Lawless. I'm showing them how the drone works. It's pretty cool, too.
But even with this festive vibe, don't forget we're on trafficker turf. It might not be obvious at first, but what keeps the economy running here is drugs, cocaine. The village grocery store is the traffickers' meeting spot. They come here to stock up on food and ammo. Here, the stairs are heavy. Not all the kids have wooden guns, and one wrong move can turn ugly fast.
Go on, get out. What's going on here? Did I say you could film me? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. No, I don't allow it.
But all this is still vague, impenetrable. Since the start of our adventure, we haven't really seen any drugs or trafficking, but that might change soon.
So
what's the plan for tonight?
Well,
We're waiting for a call from the guy who's in touch with the traffickers.
These people, the criminal group.
Our fixer tells us the labs and stash spots move all the time to dodge the authorities. But apparently a cocaine depot just set up near Pimienta.
We'll have to follow their rules. It's a bit tricky, let's be honest. I admit I feel less comfortable than usual because it's something I can't control.
The meeting is set for night, totally discreet. We don't know the destination or the people escorting us. And if something goes wrong, we're on our own.
Okay, we can't film.
Only one condition: infrared camera, zero light allowed.
You're actually negotiating to see if we can film the traffickers. He doesn't seem okay with it at all. Here we go for 30 minutes by canoe. I don't even know how he drives at night. No lights, nothing. We're heading upriver. They're signaling, right? Oh, they've got a code to get close to the shore. They're signaling with their flashlights. It's so well organized.
We're rushed off onto an unknown shore. After 20 minutes walking in the dark, we spot armed men. On the ground, more than 20 bricks of cocaine, ready to ship.
We're right in front of the drugs, in a hidden spot. There's a lot of noise around.
Caché, il y a beaucoup de bruit autour.
Feels like a war movie. Where's it from and where's it going? It comes from Colombia and goes to the US for the gringos. How much is all this worth? Worth a lot of money. In the US, that's $350,000. It's a unique product. You make a lot of money with that. You're asking too many questions now. Okay. You're really asking too many questions. You can tell we're not exactly welcome. And that's fair. Anyway, thanks a lot for showing us this. Go on, get out. Turn off the camera. What? He says we need to turn off the camera.
Okay, this just got serious. We take off fast and head back to base. For tonight, I think we've seen enough. And since it's Max's birthday, our assistant, the villagers offered us some local booze. I'm not sure Max will survive it.
Careful. If you have two, you'll end up with a third one. Oh, that's good. If you drink two, you'll drink three. Don't worry, I got it.
Still, we're going to take it easy tonight, because tomorrow we finally hit the jungle. Goodbye, traffickers. Hello, Green Hill.
And today is the big day for another adventure, crossing a big chunk of jungle on our own to reach Brus Laguna.
But before Brus Laguna, we've got over 70 kilometers to cover in the heart of the jungle, hacking our way with machetes, constantly fighting mosquitoes and all kinds of dangerous critters, and all that totally on our own once we leave the canoe.
Oh man, we're stuck.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have to get out.
Uno, dos, tres.
We're sinking, it's swampy, with reeds everywhere. If I don't use this board to float a bit, I'd be completely underwater.
And right now, I'm not even thinking about the water snakes and crocodiles all around us.
Uno, dos, tres.
It's crazy to think we're not even halfway through our first hike, and the environment is already draining all our energy. But that's constant. Running into problems, finding solutions, and having a lot of perseverance.
It's hot, but he really got us out of trouble. I don't know if we would have made it without him.
We finally spot the shore, our gateway to the Green Hill. And before starting this journey, our boatman gives us a briefing.
You really need to be super careful over there. It's a very dangerous jungle. There are tons of animals, iguanas and jaguars.
Thanks for the tip, I guess. Time for the final prep before heading in.
I left with a GPS beacon, right here. So thanks to my GPS beacon and my phone, I'll be able to navigate through the jungle and reach the village of Brus Laguna, which is on the Caribbean Sea coast.
Quick rundown of the gear: sleeping bag, spare clothes, tarps, hammocks, and the bare minimum of food.
I've already got water and food, but there'll come a time when I'll really have to fend for myself. Hunting, fishing, foraging for fruit. 100% self-sufficient in the jungle.
It's crucial to do a final check of what we've got, because once we leave, we're on our own. Walking in the jungle when you've never done it, you can't even imagine what it's like. You just don't make progress. But for this first day, we set a goal of 15 kilometers at 2 kilometers an hour max. I'll let you do the math.
You really have to watch where you step. When you cross a log, you could step on a snake, get bitten, and that's it for the adventure. Best case, it ends here. Worst case, you die.
No room for improvising. That's the jungle. Never let your guard down.
Can you see how big that thorn is? All of this is just thorns. The machete is super important because it's how I'll make my way through.
We've been walking for 6 hours and still have 5 kilometers left to hit 15 kilometers.
Is it going to be like this for 6 days, at least?
Your walking pace isn't up to you, it's up to the jungle.
I regularly try to set myself a really short-term goal, like 15 meters. And I tell myself I'm heading for that tree, it's 5 meters away, then I pick another one. That's how, when I check my compass, I can navigate without always having it in my hand.
ma boussole, de m'orienter et de pas toujours avoir ma boussole dans les mains.
And step by step, meter by meter, you end up covering those 15 kilometers. And I know from experience, you have to push as far as you can each day and take as few breaks as possible.
Why do I tend to do huge days? Because as long as I'm moving, I avoid getting bitten by mosquitoes.
Le moustique.
That's what drives you crazy. There are hundreds of them.
And the mosquitoes here aren't just annoying, they're really dangerous. One bite, and you could get malaria or yellow fever.
If you stop, you get bitten. And you get bitten everywhere. So I've pulled up my socks, and I'm wearing long sleeves. For the jungle, that's a must. We're in a little grove here. I'm going to set up over there. It's pretty open here. That'll let me dry my gear out a bit. I'll hang my hammock and make a fire in a clear spot. It's already after 3 p.m. This is the first camp. I've been up since 5 a.m. It's really important to take time to set up the first camp and get some good rest.
10 years of expeditions taught me something. When the light fades, you drop everything and set up camp. It's become a reflex. First priority, hammock with a mosquito net.
Knowing how to tie knots is key too. Here, we're going to do what's called a square knot.
If your hammock gives out at 3 a.m., you'll finish the night in the mud with the snakes. So you check, tighten, and secure everything.
I tried to hang it high up, just in case there are big predators. If there are pigs, wild boars, or even a jaguar, everything's a potential danger.
It's your bed and your safe zone for the next 8 hours, and super important. Don't forget to hang your bag up high.
Welcome to my hammock.
Dans mon hamac. Voilà, tu vois par exemple ça, c'est dangereux.
I learned all this in the field, and the field calls the shots. You just adapt, that's it. Now I need to make a fire, and that's the tricky part.
J'utilise la racine, je le casse.
With 80% humidity, the wood is always wet.
First step is prepping some tinder. That's what'll get the fire going.
50 minutes just to get a flame going. I've got less than 2 hours before night falls.
I see it. It's a huge spider that bit me.
And now, the goal is just to get the fire started. Because without fire, deep in the jungle, you've got no protection from predators. So you don't give up. You blow on every ember, add little pieces one by one. You hang in there because here, without fire, you're done for.
You're really happy when it catches, but just because the fire started doesn't mean it'll last. What's really important is making sure it doesn't go out.
I've got less than an hour before night, and even though we have food, the idea is to save as much as possible. I know if I find scorpions, they could really save me. Because 5 scorpions is 150 grams of protein, and with the effort we're putting in, I wouldn't say no. But that's not a scorpion the first just found.
It's huge, massive.
I just ran into a giant snake. Here you have to stay super focused, especially at night. Things come out from everywhere. The jungle never sleeps. I've been walking for an hour and finally found my dinner.
Hop là. Hop là.
You have to cut at least a centimeter after the tail, because that's where the poison is. There are eggs.
C'est une daronne. Regarde, regarde. Putain.
There must be at least 50.
Je vais en enlever au maximum. Ah, putain de moustique. Troisième. Troisième. Ça m'a pris quand même du temps. Je suis rentré.
That's what you need to understand. In survival, you don't kill for fun.
Pour le plaisir.
You only kill because you have to eat.
On doit manger.
It's like grilled chicken. It's not bad. But it's nothing special either.
First big day under our belts. 8 hours with the machete, camps set up. I've got 3 scorpions in my belly. There's still 3 or 4 days of walking left. I'm going to try to sleep. I mean, try, because at night, Mosquitia is far from quiet. The night was pretty short, between my noisy neighbors and the rain joining the party.
Your shoes are really soaked.
Ouais, ils sont trempés.
But the thing in the jungle is knowing how to turn problems into solutions. I collect rainwater for my hammock and tarp for breakfast.
Hop, à la fin. Oh.
Some villagers gave me their homemade coffee maker.
Leur cafetière faite maison.
I bought some little coffees they recommended.
Just because we're lost, far from civilization, doesn't mean we have to deprive ourselves of everything. And on an expedition, it's also super important to keep a few little pleasures, using what's around you and without making your backpack heavier.
Bien noir.
I never drink it at home, but I always allow myself a little energy boost on expeditions or adventures. And this one, I can tell you, is going to be super effective.
Efficacité redoutable.
A quick coffee, and we're already packing up camp. In the jungle, one mistake you can't make is lingering in the morning, because the day's going to be long. No breaks.
We try not to leave traces, even though there'll always be a few.
Il y en a forcément un petit peu.
And off we go again. The deeper we get, the thicker the jungle gets. You can feel we're in a more primary part of Mosquitia, denser, more suffocating.
I've been going since 5:30 a.m. It's been almost 10 hours crossing this jungle. I've got one last goal for the day. I have to cross a river.
I could cross this river by boat with the team, but I'm not the type to take the easy way. So I decided to swim across, and I'll soon regret it. But before that, the green hill continues.
The problem right now is there's a ton of rain, which can raise the water level and drop a lot of snakes into these swampy areas. You have to be super careful where you step and where you put your hands. Here, for example, as you can see, there are huge spikes. I've run into these all through the jungle. If I put my hand here, it's a guaranteed wound, and especially an infection. And in the jungle, you really want to avoid infections.
We're only 30 kilometers from Brus Laguna. The end of the jungle is our starting point to meet the lobster fishermen. A different kind of danger. But first, we have to get there.
I'm starting to get a bit more daylight ahead of me. A bit more daylight means we're getting to a riverbank.
On va arriver sur une berge. On ne voit pas à 1 mètre. Ah. Si je coupe autant.
If I'm cutting so much in this part, it's because we're getting to the shore and there are tons of snakes.
Et qu'il y a vraiment énormément de serpents.
So I'm trying to scare them off, and most importantly, watch where I step.
Carrément escarpé, mon gars.
By eye, it's almost 250 meters to swim. I'll try to go where I can see, but mostly use the current and not get swept away, because if I miss my landing, I could drift for kilometers. Time to pack my bag. Now I have to keep as much stuff dry as possible.
Putain.
Dry gear in the jungle is what makes the difference between a hassle and a disaster. Wet lighter, no more fire. Soaked clothes, guaranteed infection, so before crossing I protect everything.
That's the easiest part. And the one we like best. Still, I see tons of mosquitoes. I can't take these mosquitoes anymore. The current's really strong. It's super dangerous. There are tons of predators, water snakes. And above all, what scares me most is the crocodiles.
C'est les crocodiles.
Crocodiles, snakes. The guide told us they could be out there. So far, none in sight, but we have no choice. We have to go.
There are so many currents. I'm trying as hard as I can to get to the other side, but I've barely made any progress.
This is seriously tough. The current is way stronger than I thought. I'm drifting. The shore I was aiming for is already 50 meters downstream. My arms are burning, and I'm swallowing water.
I'm not going to make it. The longer I stay in the water, the more of an easy target I am.
But the worst is the risk of running into a crocodile. The longer I stay, the more dangerous it gets. I really need to get out now. Finally, I made it. I don't even know how. Adrenaline or survival instinct? I don't. Your body always finds strength when you normally wouldn't have any. While the team takes a detour by boat, I'm still struggling to recover from that crossing.
There was a huge current. The current was super strong. I really struggled to cross. It was super hard. I thought I had a bit of energy left. I shouldn't have. I could have died doing something stupid like that. Luckily, I'm okay. I'm gonna pull myself together and set up camp really close to where we are.
But no breaks, no rest. In the jungle, whatever you face, you have to get back up. Today marks the end of day 5, and we've covered almost 50 kilometers out of 70. The sun's setting, and we've only got 2 hours to set up camp, make a fire, and dry our stuff. And it goes on. There's always some nasty critter hanging around. I didn't even have time to figure out what happened before another threat caught my attention.
Look what's over there.
C'est énorme. Oh là 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 là. T'es prêt?
It's stuck in the tree.
There are all kinds of tarantulas. None are deadly to humans, but all can do real damage.
I'm not too thrilled about sleeping next to that.
Irregular heartbeat, severe airway irritation, and in the jungle, you don't want to risk that.
Here in Honduras, even though there are hospitals that can take care of you,
Qui peuvent te prendre en charge.
first, they're only in big cities. And second, they absolutely don't have anti-venom in small villages, like where we are. So basically, you'd have to be evacuated to the capital. And by the time you get there, you're dead.
Another night in the jungle, and now the priority is to build a shelter to dry our clothes and stay out of the rain. As always, in survival mode, you use what you have around you. Branches for the frame, leaves for the roof. The jungle gives you everything. You just have to know how to look and act fast.
We're almost there, right? Yeah, still a bit of work, but we're making progress. Let's try not to waste too much time, because night falls pretty fast.
Donc là, j'ai fait toute la structure.
So I've done the whole frame, okay? And now we need to make a roof.
Fabriquer un toit.
Watch out for the spikes. That's why I'm going to show you how to grab the vine. Cut the vine, lay it on the ground, cut the palm leaves, put them inside, and pull the vine. Otherwise, you'll get spikes all over your hand. There are 40,000 types of branches in the jungle. Of course, the only one we need is the one with spikes. Couldn't we have branches like these, all nice and smooth? You really can't do that because, look, if that gets in your skin, it breaks easily and causes an infection. Then your finger swells up with all the humidity. That way, I know exactly where to make the fire.
With the team's help, it still takes us almost an hour to set up our makeshift camp. Maybe now we can start to relax. But nope, there's always something to do or plan for.
I'm making the most of the little sun left to recharge. Actually, you should never wait until a battery's dead to recharge it. We're at 80% now. But if by some fluke there's no sun at all at any point in the trip, I lose my GPS, so with a tiny panel, I'm charging it just like my phone.
If we lose this beacon, let's just say we'd become permanent residents in Mosquitia until death do us part. Good news, the fire's going. We can finally rest and rant about our favorite topic, insect bites.
The green hell, yeah, that name fits perfectly. You're getting eaten alive all the time. If it's not mosquitoes, it's spiders about this big, biting you right here. There's no break. But the worst, what drives you nuts, is the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes you hear, they drive you crazy. You really have to switch off your brain and have a good mosquito net, or you'll lose it. When I run training sessions, some people ask me, hey, do you think if we come to the jungle, I don't really like bugs, mosquitoes? I don't think they really get what the jungle is. Don't come to the jungle, just stay home. Watch other people do it, because we're giving it our all to bring back great footage. And trust me, it's really not easy.
Good thing we built this camp. The jungle still had a few tricks up its sleeve, and trouble never comes alone.
Did something bite you? I don't know, stung or bitten.
I've dealt with this kind of situation before. I know how to react.
We're well protected here, but we're still in a heavy downpour, so we have to keep the fire going. We'll use the hammock tarp to make a 100% safe shelter, so everyone can sleep here. My camp is protected, but the guys, they don't have one. It's not going to be the best night for everyone, but at least we'll have some cover.
Whatever the situation, you have to analyze the problems fast and find solutions. But sometimes, experience just isn't enough.
A whole tree just fell. Now we have to redo everything.
Perseverance, always. Mosquitia likes to play, you have to win the game.
It's gonna take some time, but we'll rebuild the shelter. We were already soaked from crossing the river.
And that's no matter what hits you.
Wait, something huge just stung me. That's what stung me earlier.
I don't know what kind of critter stung Charles. Here, there are insects just a few millimeters long that can give you leprosy.
I got stung by some huge beast on my ear. It hurt so much.
Allez, on s'endort pas là.
At some point, you have to know when to call it for the team's sake. And for mine, too.
Allez, de toute cette merde.
At some point, you just have to sleep.
Allez, salut les gars.
Tonight, we've all got 50 kilometers in our legs. The jungle, the river crossing, and setting up camp. Now, we need to rest.
Look, mine's soaked from the tree that fell.
Connerie d'arbre là. Putain. Là, regarde.
Seriously, I can pour water out of it.
Tellement il y en a.
We said we'd go to Honduras and make an awesome show, and look how that's turning out.
Super. Allez, rigole. Rigole. Toi, tu dors par terre, de toute manière.
Go screw yourselves.
Allez vous faire foutre.
Yeah, I'll admit I was a little on edge. Because the jungle isn't just a crazy physical challenge. It's also a mental battle to the death.
Totally exhausted, I'm just trying to keep moving.
C'est tant bien que mal. Faire un maximum.
Cover as many kilometers as possible, but all we get is trouble. Storms, spiders. I almost got hit by a tree. Good thing I wasn't in my hammock.
Heureusement.
It's better to laugh about this dramatic situation.
Dramatique.
All right, good night.
Bonne nuit.
Nighttime, wherever you are, is always a moment to catch your breath. Tomorrow, we start our last day of hiking in Mosquitia. And when we get out of the jungle, we'll meet up with our boatman. Heading for Brus Laguna, the gateway to the Caribbean Sea. And even though I have my GPS, I keep thinking he'll never find us in this hell. No choice, it's the final stretch. We have to make our own path. No one ever comes here. So it's always the same routine. Machete swings, branches to the face, thorns scratching you everywhere, and mud. I can feel the jungle really starting to weigh on the team spirits. We've been walking for days, always soaked, totally exhausted. And above all, there's this constant feeling of pressure in the jungle that never leaves you.
They warned me it would be tough, but honestly, I wasn't expecting this. Not this bad.
And while the team rests, I know I can find something to cheer them up.
There are coconuts. So it's not very high. I could try to cut a branch to knock them down, but I don't see any sturdy trees around.
Pour les arracher, mais je vois pas d'arbres assez costauds aux alentours.
So I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way.
Ça à l'ancienne. Ah là 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 là! Tu t'arrêtes, t'es mort.
Coconut is one of the jungle's gifts. I know it'll give me a big energy boost, and the team will love the surprise. A few swings with the machete, a lot of effort, but the reward is worth it.
Ah putain.
It's so good. Coconut is still one of the few fruits that's actually really good in the jungle.
Fruit qui est vraiment très bon en jungle.
It gives you hydration, nutrition, and if you cut it right, you can make 2 bowls to boil water.
On peut en faire 2 bols pour faire bouillir de l'eau.
But you really can't let yourself get down. No matter how hard it is, every kilometer brings us closer to getting out of this hell. I'm just praying the boat finds us. And fast. Because if we have to wait here, it's turning swampy and it's not going to be fun. And then suddenly, light, finally. And it's time for Paolo, our fixer, to call our boatman.
Can you call the guy?
We can try.
We can try. Max has the phone.
And for us, it's time to cross our fingers they manage to find us, hoping they answer.
It's not easy.
Elpidio, ¿qué tal?
Elpidio, how's it going? We're ready to go. You need to bring the boat, okay?
Okay, gracias.
He won't be long. We're almost there. But the problem is we're surrounded by water.
Entouré par les eaux.
We need a boat to come get us. He already called someone in the village. We'll have to get a bit closer to the shore.
Ça va? On y va, les gars?
Final stretch. We've only got about 100 meters left to reach our meeting point. We just have to hang on. It's silly, but this breeze means a lot to us. Wind! It's crazy! As soon as we get out of the jungle and can look ahead, it instantly lifts our spirits.
It's wild how the scenery changes. 5 minutes ago, we were in a super dense jungle with horrible nights and thousands of mosquitoes. And now, we've got fresh air. There's almost not a single mosquito left, and we're surrounded by water.
We wait here for an hour, easy, with the anxiety that no boat will show up, but a sound in the distance suddenly breaks the silence.
That's him. Incredible. That's our taxi, but they've got crazy style. It's amazing. The savior.
That's it. We did it. 70 kilometers on foot, totally self-sufficient, in one of the deadliest jungles in the world. After getting past drug traffickers, disasters, spiders, mosquitoes, and crocodiles, now we're heading to Brus Laguna, the lobster fishermen's village. What a joy to move so fast, feel the wind in our hair, and see that jungle getting farther away. I almost shed a tear when I saw the first houses.
What an atmosphere. Brus Laguna is going to be so happy we made it here. That was really a tough expedition. We don't even know if it's a big village, but we're just so happy to have arrived. Thanks for everything.
Our boatman takes us by tuk-tuk to our hotel, where I'm especially eager to find something we've all missed a lot.
Smells like shower time. My privates are still all sweaty. I'm soaked. I can't take it anymore. All I want is a shower, far from the jungle. If there's something to trip on, you know it's going to be him. He jumped and almost fell on the rail. I know someone who really took a tumble in the jungle. Made it to the hotel. Looks perfect to me. We're going to have to say goodbye. All right, see ya.
Salut.
First night in Brus Laguna. What a joy to finally sleep in a real bed. But before we set out for our final goal, South Cay, the lobster fisherman's island, we decided to stay one more day because we got a strange offer.
Today, I'm meeting up with the guy who picked me up at the edge of the jungle. Our savior, who kindly offered to show me techniques for catching crocodiles barehanded. Hey, how's it going? Good? Good. He kindly invites us to his place.
I'd really like to know more about these animals in the area.
When I was a kid, my dad taught me how to catch and hunt animals. We used to kill a lot of them to sell their skins. But now, it's forbidden. So now, they're piling up a lot. There was a kid swimming. They attacked him, they killed him. Around mid-year, a woman disappeared. An adult woman, it's for sure the crocodiles attacked her.
Y de seguro que él lo atacó.
I get that here, crocodiles are a real threat, and they don't hunt them for fun.
It'll take us about 35 minutes.
Okay.
Heading for the mangrove. Our boatman knows the area well, and he knows exactly where to find them. Here in Honduras, there are American crocodiles. They can get up to 4 meters long. Fishermen are often victims. Crocodiles kill in seconds and then drag their prey into the mud. The goal, hide their catch and let it soften up so it's easier to eat. But no time to think about that. First stop at the leaf and lily pad stand.
Ah ouais, c'est fou. Regarde.
He's actually cutting a piece to hide behind and surprise the crocodile.
Don't hesitate to use what's around you to maximize your chances of survival. We spend a good hour in these swamps. The crocodiles are here, but they're seriously talented at hiding. And good things come to those who wait.
There's one right there. He looks pretty big. Now he's undressing to catch it barehanded. If I got it right, I'm gonna have to get in the water too.
I've faced polar bears in Alaska, but at least there I had a rifle to scare them off. Now I'm actually gonna try to catch a crocodile with my bare hands. I get that I'm the student, but this final exam has teeth. The hunter explains I have to blend into the mud, become invisible in water that's more than murky. These are techniques passed down from father to son for generations.
Putain de merde. Putain. Watch. Ah, ça blague pas du tout, mec. Ça blague pas du tout. Putain. Oh, putain.
Are there more? Yes. A lot? Yes, and much bigger too.
Oh, putain.
He's so strong. And yet I'm pretty strong myself.
Pas le dernier.
Super impressive. I didn't think we'd do it like this. I thought we'd go to the shore, and he'd show us crocodiles lying there. Here we are in a swamp, and it's my first time doing this. Really, it's super impressive. Now it's my turn. Now, no more joking. We have to stay focused. That's when you realize that indigenous people really have some ancient skills. You're gonna go back, there'll be more, because I want you to learn. So you know how to catch one. He won't give up, he wants me to catch one. Now I'm looking for something to get closer and hide myself.
De quoi m'approcher et me dissimuler.
Do you see it? It's over there. I was so scared.
Moi aussi, je te le dis, hein. Je me suis chié dessus.
No hay que tener nervios.
You really can't be nervous, just focus on catching it. You're thinking too much about it biting you. Don't think about it, or you won't make it. Just focus on catching it. Don't move. You tend to stand up when you should stay crouched. And you pounce on it like a wildcat. He says it like it's easy. He's really brave. So, should we find another one? You really need to get behind me. I don't want to get bitten, okay?
The worst enemy in moments like this isn't the crocodiles, it's your fear. It paralyzes you, makes you doubt yourself. So when the chance comes, you just have to go for it.
sa mère. Oh putain! Putain de merde! Oh mec.
Hold it tight.
Oh mec.
I was so scared. Obviously, I'm not going to hurt it.
Je veux pas lui faire de mal.
It's really just to learn how to defend myself if I ever end up in this kind of situation.
Si jamais je me retrouve dans ce type de situation. Ça me fait pas rire du tout, putain.
Look at those teeth.
Oh, putain,
I feel like he's staring at me, super pissed off. This one's small, maybe a meter 20 at most.
Il doit faire 1 mètre, 1m20, pas plus.
It's really, really impressive. I can't even imagine with adults. Okay, I'm gonna let it go, but honestly, I'm not feeling great about it either.
I'm gonna try to put it far away from me
Je me chie un peu dessus.
because I'm a bit scared.
1, 2. Ouais. Ah, il est derrière, il est revenu derrière. Il est où? Ah ouais, il est là. Il est. Ah ouais.
And to think we swam across this river, even though there are crocodiles everywhere. It's not so funny now.
Je rigole beaucoup moi maintenant.
It's so powerful.
And it's for these totally crazy moments that we started this adventure. But it's time to refocus on our goal. To meet up with the lobster fishermen and dive with them in the Caribbean Sea. And as soon as we set foot in Brest Laguna, reality hits us.
That's the life of fishermen. What happened to you? It's from decompression during the dive. Decompression? Yeah, my oxygen tank was faulty. Now you can't walk anymore? Never again. I'm paralyzed for life. I can't work, can't do anything anymore.
There are hundreds of poor guys like him in Brest Laguna, always with the same story: faulty equipment, failed decompression, lifelong disability. I decided to talk with an association defending disabled fishermen to really understand the risk I'm about to take.
It's a direct consequence of fishing. Just last week, we had 2 deaths. We've been living with this for years, and even now, we get no help at all.
It's estimated that 30% of divers suffer serious lifelong injuries, and dozens die every year. As for me, I'm really starting to get scared.
My friend, I tell you not to go. But if you want to try, I'm asking you to be super careful about the depth. Those who went too deep never came back. The deeper you dive, the more dangerous it is. Please, be really careful.
Okay. Muchas gracias.
Well, I've been warned,
Muchas gracias.
but I'm not turning back. That same evening, a canoe comes to pick us up for our final journey.
4:48 a.m. No break. We're exhausted. And here we go for 5 hours at sea through the channels.
This is where the river flows into the Caribbean Sea. It's the most feared passage for sailors. For now, the currents aren't strong, but the wrecks we pass remind us of the frequent accidents here. And as usual, the calm doesn't last long.
C'est Maxi Foireux.
Nothing's working, the engine's dead, the captain's useless. There are 6 people in the water holding the boat so it doesn't flip over. The captain doesn't inspire any confidence at all. It's actually the guys from the beach who came to help start the engine, but that means if it breaks down, he can't restart it.
You might think I'm pessimistic, but up to this point, we've just been hugging the coast. Now we've got to head out 200 kilometers to reach South Cay.
That guy's totally going to drown.
Vraiment, cabine en classe à faire, avec 1 tonne de kéro. Charles, il faut absolument pas que tu fumes une clope.
We're speeding along, getting tossed in every direction. Our stomachs are really being put to the test. it's going to last 7 hours. Bounced around by the waves the whole time until we finally reached the end of our adventure. South Cay, the fisherman's island.
We're really lost in the middle of the Caribbean. There's this unlikely island with fishermen living there.
Improbable, avec les pêcheurs qui sont dessus.
We're on a patch of sand that's about 200 square meters. You can walk around it in 5
On
minutes.
peut faire le tour en 5 minutes.
Here, the main way to make money is fishing, especially lobster and spiny lobster. But it doesn't seem to bring in much. A lot of things are made or fixed with whatever materials are on hand. It really feels like Tortuga, the famous pirate island.
This used to be the pirates' island. Their ship probably hit a reef nearby and sank. There are more than 200 of us living here. Oh yeah, 200 people on a 200 square meter island. And apparently, after chatting a bit with the locals, there are over 40 families here.
And while visiting, I run into a product that seems to follow us everywhere.
What is that, drugs? Like cocaine?
Como cocaína.
And everyone here uses cocaine?
Toma la droga? Sí.
It depends. When some arrives on the island, some people use it. But I don't.
Ah, 200
It's worth 7 euros. Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Supposedly these are Miskito people, really remote, with pretty ancient fishing techniques. But actually you realize they're affected by globalization. And yeah, even here in a really, really remote place, alcohol has arrived and drugs have always been around. So it's really sad. Yeah, it's really tough.
That's it. We're finally going to join the fishing boat. That's the one that's taking us there. He knows all about life on board. Like the other fishermen, he sometimes spends up to 3 weeks on this fishing boat.
We just went to check out one of these legendary fishing boats, where they dive underwater, one of the toughest jobs in the world, and also one of the most dangerous. We're on the boat right now with the 36 fishermen, plus the crew, the captains, and the sailors. I'm going to try to play along, dive to catch some spiny lobsters. Most of these people don't have any other way to make a living here. It's one of the only respectable jobs in the Mosquitia, since most people who aren't fishermen end up in drug trafficking or banditry. They told me, talking with most of the fishermen, that it's not easy for them to keep working honestly and stay out of illegal activities. These are really tough conditions. These are really, really precarious conditions. He's making us seafood soup for lunch. Life is hard here, the work is tough. This guy's been at sea for 15 days, working every single day without stopping. Is the food good? It's edible. These guys stay at sea for days, even weeks, in these conditions. And we haven't even talked about the gear yet. Welcome to the engine room. You can't hear a thing in here. This is where the engine is, but also the generator, to refill the oxygen tanks.
The compressor is behind most of the accidents. The air is often poorly filtered, sometimes full of oil or CO2, and that's what causes the accidents and leaves fishermen disabled.
Here we go. They're launching the boats. This is the moment we've been waiting for 25 days. It's a pretty crucial moment for us, since we crossed the country to get here. This is one of the places where I feel the least safe, in the water, especially with this kind of gear. He explained to me that while we were diving, you could drink water because there were leaks in the equipment. They're all asking if you're going to die. Yeah, they look worried. They don't really seem to get what's going on. Why am I putting myself through this when it's not even my job? This French guy is totally nuts. They're not even 18. It's just crazy. They each take 6 tanks, and there are 2 of them per little boat.
Let's go. Usually the guys go down more than 30 meters, but we're gonna stay a bit shallower. I might be an adventurer, but I don't want to die here.
There's no attachment, nothing.
And after everything I've heard, it really feels like I'm diving into the unknown. It's crazy to think this is their job, their everyday life, diving 20 to 40 times a day to bring in lobster, with the constant risk of running out of oxygen, skipping decompression stops, and maybe ending up trapped here forever, in this place at a time. I can't help but have deep respect for these people.
Incroyable. Incroyable.
Incredible, they do this all day long.
On ça toute la journée. Ven, amigo. Ah oui.
He's got 8 now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How long were we underwater just
On
now?
a passé
We spent an hour and a half, 2 hours underwater.
1h30, 2 heures. 1h30, 2
In an hour and a half, 2 hours, he caught 8. They can collect huge amounts because they do 2 fishing trips a day.
On va ramasser des tonnes.
Time to check out our haul.
For 500 grams, we get about €3.
3 euros for 500 grams. That's basically nothing for lobsters that will be sent to the US and sold for a fortune to rich customers. In the end, cocaine and lobster, same story. It's over. 28 days since we left. 28 days fighting off mosquitoes. The rain? 28 days being scared. Drug traffickers, crocodiles, always with just one goal: survive.
So welcome to King's Cabin.
Bienvenue dans la cabine du King. Je vais vous ramener
I'll
à
get you to
destination.
your destination, heading out to Tegucigalpa on this dirt runway.
Terre battue.
Kind of in a hurry to get home, but not really in a hurry to get on this plane.
De prendre ce coucou, ce zinc, comme on dirait.
Just before, for scouting, our fixer came here and 2 planes crashed. So our pilot looks super relaxed, but I'm definitely not.
A tiny plane, a dirt runway, it's an adventure right to the end. It's weird to fly over in just 2 hours the jungle that put us through so much. Not to brag, but we really handled it well. And to top it off, the pilot even does a few tricks. The capital, finally. Back to civilization for all of us. An adventure we're not about to forget.
Incroyable.
A fitting end for this extreme show, right up to the last moment.
Extrême jusqu'à la fin.